I'm really looking forward to showing you guys this recipe today. This is roast pumpkin curry from Rambutan, which is a Sri Lankan cookbook. And I did this to sort of keep the theme going that I've had in November of doing pumpkin spice this and fall flavored this, Thanksgiving flavors, but give it a completely different twist here. Still using a pumpkin, which is readily available this time of year. I don't usually show you guys the raw vegetables or whatever before I've chopped them because that's boring. No one wants to see that. But because this is a little bit of a different recipe, this is a red curry Japanese pumpkin. There's a lot of different pumpkins that are available in your fresh produce sections this time of the year after Halloween, but in November, at least in North America. And so I'm going to scoop out the insides of this pumpkin, get the stringy and the seeds bits out, and then we're just going to cut it into slices to use in our curry. We have our cut up pumpkin slices here. So now we're going to put a tablespoon of oil in there and quarter teaspoon of, this is Sri Lankan curry powder, which is different from just like regular curry powder. I make mine homemade, but they also sell bottles of it. So I'll put a link in the description if you don't have it and you'd like to make this recipe. So just a little bit of that curry powder in there. And then also a little bit of salt. And then we're just going to toss this. We're just going to toss this all together so that everything gets coated with the seasoning. And then we're going to put it on this sheet pan right here and put it in the oven at 425 Fahrenheit for about 20 to 25 minutes until it's nice and browned and thoroughly roasted. All right, our pumpkin has just come out of the oven, and this just wanted to show you what it looks like. These will go into the final curry. We're going to let these cool down a little bit for now, though. All right, at our wok, we have melted a tablespoon of coconut oil. And the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and throw in our chopped red onion. And we're going to fry these until they are translucent. And while the onions are cooking off, we've got this other smaller pan here with melted coconut oil in it as well. And we're just going to go ahead and put some curry leaves in there, and we're going to fry those until they get crispy for the garnish at the end. The onions are softening up and turning translucent. We've got 10 fresh curry leaves as well as 3 cloves of garlic that have been sliced. And we're going to go ahead and throw those in and let that fry for another minute or so. All right, now that that's done, we're going to go ahead and add our whole mustard seed, cumin seed, and 2 crushed green cardamom pods. And stir this up really quickly so that your spices don't burn. You really want to get those nice and jumbled up in with the onions and the other ingredients that will provide moisture that will stop them from burning. And we're going to let that cook for about another minute or two. Everything is frying up nicely now, so we're going to go ahead and finish up with the rest of the ingredients that make the curry gravy. So we're going to put about half a can of coconut milk. And then this is our turmeric, another quarter teaspoon of Sri Lankan curry powder, and salt. Get all that flavored goodness in there. And then the last thing is to flavor the gravy. We're going to put 2 slices of our roasted pumpkin in. And then we're going to let all this blend together. I like to mush the pumpkin at this point to really get the flavor in there. We're going to let all this blend together for about 3 to 4 minutes. All right, I've arranged some of our pumpkin slices here. And now we're just going to get some of this delicious, rich gravy and put that around the pumpkin. Yeah, that's going to be really good. Last thing we're going to do after that is go ahead and put our crispy curry leaf flakes on top to give it a nice crunch, a nice spicy crunch to go with the sweetness. This dish is nutty, very familiar pumpkin flavors to it, but also with those Eastern spices. The Sri Lankan curry powder is less pungent and more sweet than normal curry powder that you would expect in like an Indian dish. And the pumpkin, as it roasts, sort of caramelizes and gives it that nice sweet flavor. So I highly recommend you try this out as something different. If you've got vegan friends, if you are vegan yourself, and you want to make a nice dinner that's filling and hearty and perfect for a cold winter night, give this a shot. And if you enjoy my content, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys at the next video.